You don't feel disconnected from yourself all the time, just in the moments that matter. When you're about to speak up, when you're about to take a risk, when you're about to be fully seen. That's when it shows up. The hesitation, the self-doubt, the feeling that somehow you've become a stranger to yourself. And most people think that's the problem. It's not. The real problem is that it has felt normal for so long. In the next few minutes, I want to show you something that completely changed the way I think about self-worth. Because I don't think most people have lost themselves. I think they've drifted from themselves. And there's a difference. At Whole Worth, we've spent a lot of time exploring what sits underneath self-doubt, overthinking, people-pleasing, perfectionism, and the constant feeling of not being enough. And what we kept finding was something surprising. Most people weren't broken. They were disconnected. Disconnected from who they were before the conditioning, before the expectations, before they learned to perform for acceptance. The drift rarely happens all at once. It's usually quiet. You start saying yes when you mean no. You stop sharing what you really think. You make yourself smaller around certain people. You begin questioning instincts that once felt natural. You abandon little parts of yourself so gradually that you barely notice it's happening. Until one day you find yourself looking around your life thinking, why don't I feel like myself anymore? Most people respond by trying to improve themselves. They read another book, watch another video, set another goal, work harder, become more disciplined, more productive, more confident. They spend years trying to become someone better. But what if the answer isn't becoming someone better? What if the answer is remembering who you were before you started believing you weren't enough? Because sometimes the issue isn't that you've lost your worth. It's that you've drifted away from it. Lost means gone. Drift means there's something to return to. And that's a completely different conversation. Here's a simple exercise. 3 questions. No journaling experience required. Just honesty. Question 1. When was the last time you genuinely felt like yourself? Not successful, not productive, not impressive. Yourself. Hold that moment for a second. Question 2. When do you feel least like yourself? Who are you around? What are you tolerating? What version of yourself shows up in those moments? And question 3. What is that version protecting you from? Because the people-pleasing version of you, the perfectionist version, the version that stays quiet, the version that constantly overthinks, they're usually trying to keep you safe from something. Rejection, judgment, failure, disappointment. Once you understand what you're protecting yourself from, you start understanding where the drift began. Because before anything can change, it has to be seen. Not fixed, not reframed, not replaced. Seen. Most people spend years treating symptoms while never looking at the pattern underneath them. But awareness changes things. When you finally see the pattern, you stop blaming yourself for it, and you start understanding it. That's exactly why we created the Root Assessment, a guided reflection designed to help you identify the signs of the drift and reconnect with the parts of yourself that may have been buried underneath years of proving, performing, and people-pleasing. Not to fix you, not to improve you, to help you see yourself clearly again. Because the person you're looking for may not be ahead of you. They may be behind the performance, behind the proving, behind the version of you that learned how to survive. And if that's true, maybe the next chapter of your life isn't about becoming someone new. Maybe it's about returning to yourself. Just be.